Welcome to Guru Trader video for Friday, April the 9th, 2010. Here's the market movers that we're looking at today. All 6 of these stocks have shown up on the market movers today, and we've either mentioned them in our Guru Trader tweets or Guru Trader videos before. On the Toronto Stock Exchange Venture, symbol CMM, Century Mining Corp, 51 cents. CUU, Copper Fox Metals, 32.5 cents. V.MJS, Majestic Gold Corp, 18.5 cents. On the Toronto Stock Exchange, CMK, Cline Mining Corp, 211. On the NASDAQ, CPWM, Cost Plus Inc., 344. And lastly, on the AMEX, RNN, Rexahn Pharmaceuticals, 259. Let's take a closer look at these stocks. Alright, following up on CMM, Century Mining Corporation, 51, up another 8%, 4 cents. 3 million shares traded at a $337 million, $172 million market cap. Previous 52-week high was 48.5 cents, which it did on April the 7th, right here. The low was 11 cents, which it did on September the 2nd. Had an okay 1-year chart. It kind of looks like a saucer if you look at the longer term chart. Now, on April the 6th, they announced their first Century prepares for first gold pour on schedule at Lamaque Gold Project. I think that's in Laval, Val-d'Or, Quebec. 25th reports record gold production at San Juan Gold Mine in Peru. They announced on the 15th that they intersected 100.5 grams over 1.69 meters. High grade over small interval, looks like to me, but I haven't looked into it. In Bedard Dyke at their Val-d'Or property. They reduced their debt. They updated their gold mine progress at the PDAC. So several irons in the fire here to look into on this one. Still looks good. We actually first thought it was a new stock when we first saw it because we hadn't mentioned it in a long time. We first tweeted Century on December the 12th at 28.5 cents. So still looks good here, and we'll keep it on our radar. CUU, just started mentioning this one recently. Copper Fox Metals, 32.5, up 6.5 cents, another 25% today. Almost 4 million shares traded at a $258 million, $83 million company. The previous 52-week high was 28 cents, which it did on April the 7th. The low was 6 cents, which it did June the 1st of last year. Had a pretty good chart here. Anyway, we first mentioned that one at 14 cents yesterday. So we're just still doing our homework on this one, but we're going to keep it on our radar. They announced on this, on the March 31st, Copper Fox updates status of feasibility study and reports 2010 first quarter financial results. There's updates. This Shaft Creek project, I believe, is a gold project in BC that they got from Teck. They now own 100% interest in it. There's different financings here to look into. Let me see where some of those were done at. 8.6 cents. So keep an eye on that. Find out when those shares are becoming free trading. Different properties. Anyway, still lots to do our homework into. Technically looks good and keeps popping up on the most active, so we'll keep an eye on it. MJS, Majestic Gold Corp, 18.5, up 4.5 cents, 32%, 3.6 million shares outstanding, $42 million company, $228 million outstanding. The previous 52-week high was yesterday, which it did at 15 cents. The low was 2 cents, which it did September the 1st of last year. I hate to see these spikes. I like to see them pull down, settle, and turn over a little bit before they make new highs. But anyway, that's what Cline did, and it just kept going. So you never know whether they're going to blip up and down or whether they're going to keep going. That's why you got to look at the news. Anyway, MJS, we did first tweet it yesterday at 14 cents, so it's following up. Volume's still there, so we'll keep an eye on it. They were halted. Yeah, this one, there's different people who are following them or starting to follow them. There's private placements to look into. I think that, I can't remember the level. Yeah, this is the one with the Chinese property, Songjiao and Sauererden. Anyway, and January the 2nd announces high-grade sample with metal value of $20,500 per ton. Anyway, different releases there to look into on this one if you're looking for a stock under 20 cents that's starting to perk up and make new highs. Moving on, CMK, mentioned this one many times, trades on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Cline Mining Corp, 211 today, another new high, and I think that is actually a new high for the stock as opposed to just a year high. Bring up the chart here, the 5-year. Yeah, it was over $2 back in 2008, and look at the 10-year, it was over $2 again back in 2005. So we're close enough now that it's really an uncharted territory. But look at that vertical ascent. That's to be careful of. But you know, there is substantial news out on the company. On the 29th of March, they announced Cline files new Elk Coal Mine preliminary assessment report. So that's substantial. They closed a $6.9 million financing with a new Elk coal mine update. So if that interests you, coal's kind of boring, but you know, there's sometimes some good fundamentals to look into there. Anyway, this stock we first mentioned, and we've tweeted it several times, March the 10th, 77 cents. And you know, continues to look okay, but it's at that magical $2 level, so do your homework. On NASDAQ, CPWM again, cost plus, 344, up 44 cents, another 15%. Now the volume, I believe this was 2 or 3 million, so it's only 1.39 million at this time of the day. It's around 2:20 Eastern. 22 million shares outstanding, $75 million company. 340 was the high, 52-week high, which it did on March the 10th. So, you know, moved up, pulled back a little bit. Now it's, you know, higher highs, higher lows again, and I love to see those pullbacks with it breaking through on the upside again. Anyway, somebody, Skymark Research, they're initiating coverage. Now it's this financial result, which is why we first mentioned the March 25th reports fourth quarter net income and fiscal 2009 results and provides outlook for the first quarter of fiscal 2010. Liberty Analytics initiates independent research coverage on them too. I don't know who they are, but anyway, you know, I don't know if Cost Plus is like Costco. I've never been to one of their stores, but technically it looked good and was moving on financial results, so we put it on our radar. And we first mentioned Cost Plus at 234 on March 26th. And lastly, RNN again, Rexahn Pharmaceuticals, 259, up 25 cents again, another 10%, 2.8 million shares, 71 million shares outstanding, $186 million company. The previous 52-week high was 235, which it did yesterday, and the low was 40 cents, which it did September the 2nd. We've mentioned this company many times. They put out news fairly regularly, update on their Parkinson's phase 2 protocol to FDA for Parkinson's disease. They're mentioning issued Japanese patent for anti-cancer compound, or Kexin, if I'm pronouncing that right, on the March 3rd, submits Zoraxil phase 2B protocol to FDA. Goldman Small Cap Research initiates coverage. So, you know, lots of interesting news. It's not my area expertise is these pharmaceutical companies, but you know, as you see them submit their applications and move on to the different phases of approvals, and you know, at some point, you know, get their drugs approved, it can be exciting for these small stocks. So anyway, on the technicals alone, we've been following them. We mentioned them on February the 11th at 93 cents, February the 12th at $1.22, March the 4th at $1.38, March 22nd at $1.66, April 15th at $1.81, April 7th at $2.05, and today at $2.59. So we're still keeping it on our radar until it tells us not to. That's about it for today. Trade safely, do your homework, and we'll talk with you on Monday. Guru Trader videos and tweets are daily snapshots of 5 to 7 very active small and microcap stocks from all North American stock exchanges. We simply track stocks that are trading up significantly on news or making new highs on very high volume without any further consideration of company fundamentals. The point is to save time by focusing on only those stocks that are moving right now. Guru Trader symbols come from filtering market movers and from subjective observations. Our software cross-references today's volume actives, percent gainers, and dollar gainers, which are filtered down to just lower price stocks. We then look at each stock's charts for apparent uptrends and news headlines for obvious one-day only events to exclude, like a buyout, or for longer-term growth-related news like financials, drill results, patent approvals, etc. to include. This is similar to how many traders look for new stocks as a starting point for further research with their financial and investment advisors. This is not an advisory service, and conflicts may exist as we sometimes take positions, or featured stocks may have bought online advertising or IR support services. Any content published by Investors Guru Small Cap Stock Observer is subject to the terms of our privacy policy and disclaimer at investorsguru.com. For our other small cap stock channels, follow Twitter's Guru Trader tweet in real time on your PC or mobile device at twitter.com/investorsguru. Subscribe to watch YouTube's Investors Guru video channel at youtube.com/InvestorsGuru. Search Investors Guru at facebook.com and add us as a friend to see our videos, tweets, etc. that are all synced to post on our wall. It's free to sign up at InvestorsGuru.com stock community for comprehensive quotes, newsletters, profiles, forums, etc., or to update your portfolio, watch list, alerts, and news by email preferences. Thanks for watching.